What are you saying, Aaron? Bro, it's bare hard to get this fucking camera set up. Like, falling over. What are we saying, chat? There we go. It's a bit better. It's a bit better. Morning, boys. What you saying, Jed? What you saying, Mehmet? What you saying, Jim? What you saying, V-Got? Cam? What you saying, boys? What we saying, man? Let me know what pairs we're looking at this morning. Yeah, man, let me know what pairs we're looking at this morning. Yeah, this is EU, bro. This is really our textbook setup right here. This one right here. I mean, we was looking at it in the pre-London pretty much all morning, so. Yeah, what you saying, follower? What you saying, MM? Yeah, that one, it was pretty clean, to be fair. GU's decent as well, but I just didn't really want to be getting in at this point after that. Breaking out of all those highs. Because when we break out of all those highs, we don't really know what's going to happen. Whereas, obviously, EU was still, as we sort of said yesterday, still within this area. So, it's still decent. What do you think about Asia sweep then head higher? Yeah, definitely could do, bro. Definitely could do. I think short. What you think? Yeah, I agree, bro. Also, why not TP at Asia low because of the FEG? Yeah. So basically, just in terms of, for a start, the stop loss is really nice. The entry is really nice. So it's only like a 4.5, maybe 5 pip stop loss. I'm in UJ shorts again. Fair play. Yeah, I'm not in this one myself, but I know Mace is in this one, and pretty much everyone in the mentorship's in this one as well. I didn't massively like the market conditions, but I can still see why people got in. But like I said, pretty much the whole Discord's in on this. And the reason why the TP's there is obviously, as we said, I'm just monitoring which areas we could be trading off of. Like we wanted yesterday, we wanted to trade into this area, what we got highlighted. You can see we did do that and had the rejection. So now we're sort of trading within this area. And obviously you've got the point of control here. And normally if we're bouncing off the point of control, we sort of want to aim for the value area low. You can't really see that. So if we're bouncing off the point of control, like we did here. I'll draw it out here. If you're bouncing off the point of control, you normally want to aim for the value area low. That's like a good target to be aiming for. So that's why I'd prefer to aim for there. Just based on that. But I mean, you can aim for the Asia low. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, we entered in the pre-London with Mace. Lovely, bro. Do you know the... I'm just going to say it. Do you know the dicks in my ass strap? Oh no, I've been baited. Yeah, let's see what the chat's saying. What do you think about Asia sweep then head higher? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't even, maybe we might not even reach the Asia low. That's sort of my thinking. I do definitely think we can head higher. I don't think price... I can't really see what majorly what price is reacting off in this area. because there's not really many massive confluences. I mean, we got this sort of order block up here, but this candle is just a massive candle. So I suppose if you're going off of an order block, you'd probably be going off of the 30-minute one, which again is fucking massive. So I don't know if that's going to push us all the way down to external. I do think that we could definitely have potential to have buyers a bit later on. Not going to lie. Do you ever move stop loss to break even? Nah, bro. SMT with DXY. Oh, you're a little post. Come on, bro. What made you bearish on the higher time frame? That's what I'm saying. I'm not majorly bearish on the higher time frame. It's more just, it's kind of like a scalp trade, but it's also obviously just ALG. Like ALG is just always going to work with certain conditions. Apparently we've got SMT with DXY. Yeah, let me know who's in here, man. Morning Cam, morning Tommy, morning Nick, morning TA. I mean, UJ Schultz again, nice, bro. Asia low, do you ever move? I'm not, I didn't take it, neither, waiting for EU longs. Fair play, cooking, gold, come on, bro. Gold longs, a 5-minute order block. Let's have a look at these thoughts on EJ. Let's have a look at the JPY pairs again. I haven't actually looked at JPY this morning. The pay your trade, yes, this is Euro that we're trading, bro, Euro USD. It's this trade here. Yeah, let me get rid of these real quick. Get rid of these long ass labels. But yeah, that's why for me the main POI that I was sort of seeing was this point of control, this volume point of control. That was the main thing that we were seeing. So I just wanted to base my TP a little bit more off of that. But yeah, as I said, there's nothing wrong with aiming for the Asia low. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Let's look at the JPYs. So JPYs, we are starting to see that bullish order flow come through even more. If we look at the 1 hour time frame, let's turn these on as well. If we look at the hour time frame, you can see yesterday obviously had that bullish move, then had the retracement, so kind of looking for that next bullish move higher, even though again, it's not too optimal to be buying JPY right now. I'll be honest, it's not too optimal to be doing that. But you can see we're kind of moving off. I don't know exactly what. I mean, it is the M basket at the end of the day. But it does look like we're going for this next move here where we break higher. So I would really be trying to sell UJ, EJ. You can see UJ completed that CRT yesterday, which is pretty nice. And then, yeah, same with EJ. So in terms of an actual entry, it's going to be difficult because we're mainly getting the distribution now. But we'll have a look. I mean, UJ's potentially still going to provide an entry. Let's have a look at UJ a bit more in depth because, to be fair, chat, GJ and EJ is probably not going to have a move. We can see the euro and the pound both very weak this morning. The euro even weaker. So yeah, UJ is probably the only one. EG to DTO, Asia range was tight, no good for me. Fair play, bro. Everyone double tap the live, man. Everyone double tap the live. If you're watching on YouTube, everyone drop a like on the stream. Let's get 100 man in here, boys. Let me know what accounts you man are trading on in the new year as well. Let me know you trading on challenge, you trading on live, you trading on personal account. Let me know what everyone's loading up. But yeah, let's try and look at this a little bit more in depth. So, I mean, the first thing I'm sort of seeing is price has definitely got more room to move down. I do want to see us ideally actually tap into this order block. I think we just about missed it. So I would want price to at least trade down into that. If we're talking about the volume as well, we can see there's a few decent areas of balance. So if we just draw on, from here to where we are now, to be fair, it's not giving us too much. Just draw it from the low. Again, not majorly not giving us much. I'll be honest. It's not giving us much. We know that we're trading within a decent value area, so it's a decent chance we do move lower. We're seeing a lot of volume in different places. Though, I'm not gonna lie. So there's not too much we can gain from that. All I'd really say is we basically most likely that price starts staying within this area. Reason I think that as well is we obviously didn't manage to break that high out there. So that's for me a decent rejection of higher prices. You can see that was our external high from that order block. We did run 300 pips. We needed to run another like 10, and we didn't want to do that. So yeah, I'd say this is a decent little point of where we want the market to stay. Move from prop to live account, finding myself profitable due to not overloading just to pass accounts, over leveraging to pass accounts, and better psychology being on live. Fair play, bro. Fair play. I mean, yeah, it sort of depends what your trading style's like. This is UJ, bro. Yeah, we're looking at UJ, we're looking at EG, live and personal. You've seen the Bitcoin trader, man. Yeah, and it's nice, Seth, bro. I see that. You sent it me, innit? It's unreal entry on that. For me, it wasn't bullish enough over Asia. There was some bullish volume, but it was just sideways from 255. I like to see continuous bullish. I like to see a continuous bullish or bearish trend for the DTO. Yeah, that makes sense. That's similar kind of to the Okay, wait. I think this is all right. Nice. Boom. ES and NQ. There's definitely a case for it in the New York session, 100%. I can see why people would prefer it. But if you're trading the London session, like... If you're trading the London session, I promise you, bro, EU and GU are so much better, PA. 5k, 5%ers, last phase. Lovely, bro. Catching nabs on gold. Yeah, let's have a look at gold, actually. Let's have a look at gold. Again, gold, I am very bullish on gold. A lot of people kind of want it to... Actually, let's go back to UJ quickly. Let's go to UJ again. So we've obviously completed that CRT. Let's get rid of these now. And we can't really gauge too much more, I'll be honest, from the higher time frame price action. Like, we really can't gauge too much. We're kind of just consolidating right now. But we can see that price is kind of trending in terms of the 4 hour. It's not like just consolidating like we are here, which tells me we're obviously searching for something. And we are trading within the max volume. So, yeah, UJ's a bit of a difficult one, man. It's a bit of a difficult one. It's a little bit of a difficult one, I'll be honest. Let's have a look at our... Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. Right, let's have a look at this. So we can see yesterday was definitely an expand. Will there be a volume vid with explanations of pointer control and stuff on them for the mentors members on you? Yeah, bro. I'll do one for the mentorship and I'll do one for the members. I can put it out today. To be fair, I can put that out today. Yeah, this is difficult for EJ. It's difficult. I mean, obviously, looking at our technicals, we've filled our fair value gap here. So again, we should really be moving down to this order block. There's nothing saying we shouldn't just break this low, come down to this order block, which is how many pips? Is that actually enough pips? I mean, yeah, it's like 15, 20 pips. That's definitely enough. Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one, I'll be honest. Let me draw these on my chart so I can delete the big drawing. Alright. Sweet. So yeah, let's have a look now. Let's have a look. It's kind of a difficult one past that. Let's just go on to the 15, see what entries we can potentially find. It's a bit of a difficult one, I'll be honest. We have pretty much rejected this value area as well. This area where price was obviously pretty comfortable trading within. We have tapped into that and rejected. So I do like the look of sells on UJ. Do like the look of sells rather than buyers. Looking at the structure as well. Let's turn that on. Looking at structure as well, yeah, let's try and find an actual entry. I mean, we're tapping into this fair value gap with this leg. That's the first thing. So in terms of the current leg, if we're going back to basics, just get rid of this. So in terms of just basics, we got our range high, range low. We got our internal, so we should trade through down to this external. We've already tapped in and actually had a decent little move. So, I mean, in terms of an entry, it would be literally round about now because we've tapped into that fair value gap from that leg. We've sort of rejected the point of control about 3 or 4 times now. And this is our next real level, that 5-minute fair value gap. So yeah, I'd really be looking to get in, either have your, or place a limit up here at this order block. Or just, yeah, live execution, one of the two. Stop loss 7 pips there, TP. On that order block there. That's what I'll be looking for on UJ. We should really re-tap this as well, so we'll wait and see if that does happen. But yeah, this is probably the next move we're waiting for today. We did have that GJ as well. We did have that GJ yesterday, if you man remember that. That was a nice little scalp short. We obviously didn't get in this one, but yeah, nice little 13 pips on that. So yeah, let's see how UJ plays out. GBP so strong at the minute, was liking shorts on EG, but I didn't in the lower range. It just seemed plausible. Of course, it's running off. Yeah, it was unlucky. If you missed GU or EU this morning, it is unlucky. EU obviously running really fucking nicely right now. I do think quite a lot of people got in. You're gonna take that potentially, bro. I'm considering taking it. I mean, it's not one of the pairs I normally trade. EU 2.5 RR secured. Good start to the year. Lovely, bro. Could price wrapped off the 1 hour FVG on EU. Yeah, potentially so. Potentially so. I mean, it's just right now there's not really any evidence of that. There's not really any evidence of that. If we break past this low, then really we should be considering this external low. If we break past this one here, then that tells us that this is our bull move, and then, sorry, this is our retracement move, and then we're ready for that next phase. So yeah, it does depend. Let me know who's got their TP where as well. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have got their TP at Asia low anyway. So you might have a bit more RR if you just like hold that out a bit. We'll see how it plays out. See, my TP would have been about there, 20 pips. Let's see if it plays out. It probably will do. And then yeah, UJ. If we turn on this, go to the drawings. And yeah, with UJ, again, it's kind of a difficult one. It's kind of difficult. I mean, we know there's volume in this area here, as we'd shown from the prior day. We know that people were somewhat interested in getting in, and then that's been confirmed by today, where it's even more confirmed people are willing to transact at these points. So it's going to be kind of hard to reject off of that. But again, in terms of market structure, I do think that's very, very possible. We'll definitely look out for that in the future. Most of Asia was accumulating. Nice one. No worries, Daniel. Yeah, that was unlucky, Stu. Have you have any trades this year yet? Is it the gold one? Because I'm in it as well. Now, this isn't gold, bro. In terms of gold, we are seeing decent ALG forming. We are seeing decent ALG. I'll show you. Obviously, we swept, but again, I'm just not really too keen on selling gold. But you can see we swept the high, very similar to EU. We swept the high there. Imbalance here. So really you'd want price to trade into this imbalance and then distribute down to that Asia low. It should be like decent to trade as well, because we can see there's obviously a nice bit of volume around here. The prior point of control when all the volume was really coming from here. You can see through the consolidation, price is willing to trade at this point as well. So we know this is definitely a likely point that price is going to move down into. How do you mark the volume profile? Do you have a specific time you key them into? Yeah, I use them on the daily, bro, and then just on the higher time frame. It's the main thing. You don't want to be using them on like when you're scalping, really. You want to be more using the daily profile. I mean, the other way you can use it is based on like the initial distribution. So you can draw it on this leg, for example, which will normally tell you sort of who's in control of this move. So I've got a few YouTube videos on that strategy there. But in terms of how I'm using it today, yeah, I've got an indicator that shows you every day's one. And then I'll just use it on the higher time frame as well. With gold, you don't really need to, because like you can blatantly see the points of accumulation and stuff like that. So up there and down there. But that is a decent point as well, where you can see we're leaving this point, so we should really be trading higher into this. Again, it's just more... I mean, we don't need to do all that on gold, because we know it's bullish. It's one of them. But yeah. Yeah. Let's have a look at UJ. Does look like we might close above that. I mean, our stop loss is pretty high. Yeah, let's see how it plays out. I'm not getting in this one. I remember someone sent in a monster at 6 to 6:30 this morning. Wait, what? What are you saying on GJ? Again, JPY pairs are difficult. What volume tool is that? It's a fixed range volume profile, bro. I mean, yeah, if you did want a live execution, now would be your ideal time. Now would be your ideal time. And again, we shouldn't really return to this either. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You reckon GU will go to Asia low? Yeah, most likely, bro. I mean, it's one of them. With GU, it's kind of hard because we've had that massive distribution outside of any of our recent ranges. The only thing really close is this price action from what, September, mid-September. So there's not really too much we can gauge from that. But in terms of how prices opened on the morning, 4-hour candle sweep's lovely. Set the prior candle higher, so we should come into this candle's low. And in terms of everything else, yeah, it was just lovely. We had the ALG as well at the top. So everything tells us really that Asia low should be swept. It's just, yeah, for me, EU is just clearly a bit weaker of a currency, yeah. So if you did aim for the Asia low, that would have been taken as well, which is nice. If you did manage to get into that, fair play to you. So you can see the end basket's kind of filling this. Should fill this and move higher. Oh no, that's a 2-hour candle. Yeah, that 4-hour candle's not really the nicest though, I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm a bit 50-50 on you, Jay. What do you think about EU longs? Yeah, we may start seeing longs come through, but again, we do kind of just want the DXY to start lining up. So we ideally want the DXY to sweep out this high. That's the main thing we're wanting. Want the DXY to sweep this high. Trade up a little bit higher. Take out the Asia high. So we can be in alignment with EU and GU. So we obviously want GU to take out the low like that. And then we can potentially look for longs. But till that happens, I wouldn't really be trying to go anything other than short. To be fair, even with GU, there might actually still be decent entries to short. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. Let's have a look on GU. Because, I mean, how big's the range as well? Is it big enough? 30 pips. It could potentially be big enough. So let's have a look. let's have a look. Again, it's kind of difficult. Again, we're kind of at the order block now, so again, you do really just want a live execution if you are looking to short right now. You could definitely live execution like now. Oh. Definitely live execution now. I mean, you've got I mean, it's sort of not really much to gauge, but you can see we filled this 1 minute fair value gap, and then we've got this order block after just before we broke structure. So there could definitely be opportunities to sell down. I mean, with this as well, you can have a pretty tight stop loss. It's going to be 6 pips, and then you're going to aim for the Asia low, which is 15 pips. So yeah, you could potentially enter that one, chat. I'm not going to lie to you. Could potentially enter that. I mean, don't get me wrong. You definitely would have preferred to be in from the high, but it's just now that we've sort of confirmed that we should move to that low. So it's one of them. It's one of them, man. You ideally would have got in earlier, but we're just looking for more positions right now. Again, chat, if you wanted to catch these moves earlier, with pre-London, we caught these, well, mainly EU is what we was looking to trade, but we caught EU, we caught GU, so yeah, this is just really the re-entry there. What pair? This is GU, bro. This is GU. I think GU going to be difficult. Pound strong, however, DXY will take Asia high. However, pound will hold firm and stop GU from hitting the low. Yeah, the pound is strong right now. Obviously, if we look at EG, we can see that is true. Looking at GJ, EJ, yeah, we can see the pound's definitely the strongest right now, which is a good point. But at the end of the day, we've had this massive distribution already, so it's one of them. Is price really likely to have another big distribution today or in this session? I don't know. Or are we more likely to have a retracement? So it's obviously not the best analysis in the world, but is a good point. But yeah, this is obviously, as Stu said, this is going to be a risky one due to the pound being quite strong. But I think it could be a decent little scalp move. I'm not going to lie. I think it could be a decent move. I mean, it's one of them. If you want to move your stop loss at break even, just because the pound's so strong, you can. But yeah, I do see exactly what you're saying there, Stu. Good win, back to bed. Fair play, Dougie. Fair play, bro. Yeah, this is GBP USD right now. Sorry if I missed any comments on TikTok, let me know. Yeah, this is GU. Let me actually turn on. Okay, that's not it. It does say actually. Let me get that in the middle because it's way better if it's in the middle, isn't it? Where is it? See, that's running nicely right now. Bottom right. Just have it in the middle. Let's see if it actually gets in the way too much. It shouldn't really do. Okay, it doesn't want to move. So you can see what pair it is in that now. Had that nice move, but then we're getting a pretty heavy rejection. You can see we have got this low volume point here. Or low volume node as you'd call it. Which is this point right here. You can see where there's pretty much no volume at this point. So it is likely that we are obviously going to reject off these levels in search of higher volume. But say that and it starts to fall. Yeah, trust me. Nah, it's one of them though, Stu. I do see exactly what you mean. It is still a risky trade. It is still a risky trade. But you can see, so where do we got no volume here? You can see the market is just slicing through these levels. So we're just slicing through to the upside and then to the downside. There's, again, when we return to it, there's no want to participate in this area. So price is just going to reject. What we need is for the bears to be in control. So next time we come down, we move just straight through it. But what's unlikely to happen is something that, like, up here. We're up here where there's all this higher volume. See, price is going to sort of trade within it. But with this, where there's no volume, price isn't going to like move like that. It's either going to have a heavy rejection or just a quick move through it. So yeah, look at GJ. Let's wait for the close of this 5-minute candle real quick. This is going to be pretty important. You can see, yeah, that was a nice distribution off that order block. You can see if we was a little bit quicker with our eye, we could have got a nicer entry like that. And a 5-pip stop loss would have made the RR a bit nicer, but it's one of them. But yeah, everyone drop a follow, man, if you rate the way we're trading. Get in the Discord as well on my profile. We trade this way every single day, boys. Look at GJ. Right, let's have a look at GJ. If I missed any comments, boys, just put them in again. Bro said good win, back to bed. Yeah, crazy. Right, we're tapping back into this area. So, as I said, we should move through this area pretty fast, as we just have done. All right, let's go. Let's go. Telling you, chat, proof's in the pudding. We shouldn't really want to return back either. Now I've said that we probably will, but no, in all seriousness, you can see where there's no volume here, there's no willingness to participate. The volume increases a bit more here, so we'll see if we then get a movement off of that, or if price wants to sort of trade around that. But you can see, with these points of low volume, boys, look, we just move through it with ease, and then move through it with ease. Oh, you couldn't really see that, but on TikTok, move through it with ease, move through it with ease. So it's really important to start looking at, chat. I'm not going to lie, especially if you trade the way we trade. If you're adding in that all this volume analysis into what we've already taught you, or already I talk about, it's just going to make your trading that much more accurate. But yeah, it's running lovely now, chat. I think we can broke the low. Yeah, I agree, bro. I do agree. I mean, we're pretty safe now anyway, so if you are in this, you can move your stop loss to break even. You got, yeah, what, 6 pips left in order to run down to. I'm looking for GJ longs. Okay, yeah, I think a few people said they was looking for GJ longs, right? Yeah, I just wouldn't really want to be touching the yen basket right now. The yen basket's moving kind of crazy. I mean, again, it's one of them where we're bearish on the pair, but recently it's been moving decently bullish. I mean, you can see we've broken highs, so we should break this next high. So yeah, GJ's difficult. GJ's definitely difficult. The one thing we can gauge is the pound's strong as well. So if we are looking at ALG, then the pound is the most likely. Pound is the most likely to move through that. Do we have a 15-minute FVG? We do have a 15-minute FVG here as well. So I'll wait for price to trade through that. See if we can trade through that, then yeah, I'll look for positions to move higher. Again, there's not like loads and loads we can really gain from it, because we have just broke this high massively impulsively yesterday, just like GU did. So yeah, it's one of them. It's kind of just going off the trust that the pound is strong, which it is. The pound is strong, but obviously we want proof of that. So I'll wait till this gets inverted. But yeah, chat, let me know you guys' thoughts on GJ. What are your thoughts on GJ? Put in the comments. Morning, Gaffer. What are you saying, bro? What are you saying, JF? Do you look at yields? I don't really look at yields that much, but I know Mace looks at yields a lot and Stu looks at yields a lot, so we do go over it in the pre-London. Mace is kind of a bit more, what would you call it? A bit more fundamentally based in his trading, whereas I don't look at it too much. It was nice we could find that little move there, though. I'm not going to lie, that was a nice little find. That was a nice little dub. You can see, just as we wanted, really, we just wanted the DXY to continue up. I mean, it's not doing it with massive momentum, but... Oh, what have I just removed? GJ and I. Yeah, what was this? What are we saying on JER 30? I know a lot of people was fading all-time highs yesterday, which actually worked out pretty well. Obviously, got new all-time highs have been made over the Asia session, so really bullish right now, man. We shouldn't really be using that too much. EU bias tell me. Bearish, bro. We're bearish on it. We are bearish until the DXY slows down at least. But yeah, with EU we are bearish. We want to start trading now in, bro. Please, we want to start trading now into this fair value gap. We want to start making decent ways into this fair value gap. It's one of them as well. Like fair value gaps work the way these low volume nodes do. Is we shouldn't stay in them. We should be moving through them. So if you want to look for re-entries, again, re-entries are going to be very possible. We're just going to have to look for just wait basically for a decent point to actually re-enter. But I do think sells are still the move right now. Again, unless DXY wants to tell us otherwise, I still think sells are the move. And we get a nice rejection off this zone. You can see as soon as we tap in, price is either going to stay in it for a very short time or move straight through it. You can see tapping. What we're not going to do is consolidate in this. That's what we're not going to do. But yeah, chat, this is running pretty nicely right now. I'm not going to lie, this is running nicely. Yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts on GJ though. That's quite an interesting pair this morning. Lou Raw Dogs of technical analysis. Come on, bro. I mean, I do look at fundamentals, but in my opinion, fundamentals aren't really going to affect too much the London session. Because London session's main like goal isn't to distribute. That's the New York session. I thought that said Thomas Maskell then. Happy New Year, everyone. Appreciate that, Princess. I hate saying, like, no offense, but I hate saying your name because it sounds like I'm calling you. It sounds like I'm just calling a regular person Princess, but her name is Princess, all right. Her name is Life of a Princess. I'm gonna start calling you Life because that sounds so cringe. Saying thank you, Princess, but thank you as well. I mean, Happy New Year to you as well. He does what? How about gold? Let's have a look at gold. Let's have a look at gold. Chat, tell me your thoughts on gold as well. DXY's having a little bit of a kickback. As Stu said, man, DXY is... Oh, sorry, the pound is pretty strong. Although it may not look like it based on this morning, the pound is actually pretty strong. So if the DXY has like a pretty heavy bearish candle like this, then that GU is going to find it really, really hard to move down. But yeah, again, you can see from this low volume area, we literally just zoom through it or zoom through it one way or the other. Again, I'm trying to look for re-entries even more, but I feel like we should just leave it right now. Like, if you got in on that one, you got in. I got along, hot coffee or tea. Coffee, bro. I'll be honest, if you're a trader, there's only one acceptable drink. Well, there's two. Number one, actually there's three in it. Number one, water. Water's always valid. Number two, not my style, but Monsters or Red Bull are valid. Like, not my style, but they're valid. Number three, a black coffee. That is the most valid elite tier trading drink. No milk allowed. You can't be shitting. Do you know what I mean? Sugar's allowed. Sugar's definitely allowed. Black coffee, nah. Black coffee's banging, trust me. No milk, you mad. Nah, bro, coffee with milk, you're going to be on the toilet, bro. It's going to distract you, I'm telling you. I wish Luke called me Prince. Easy money on GU sales. Come on, EK. Come on, bro. I know you love Asia session, Lou. Oh, shit, yeah, that's what I always forget, bro. Like, bro's native session is the Asia session. That's crazy. Okay, Moran Baloch, can you please stop inviting me? Everyone double tap the screen, man. Let's get 50 million likes in this live, boys. Water and Earl Grey. And no, I ain't 84. you know you are. When you specify what type of tea you have. Bro, this guy, can you stop inviting me? How does it even let you do that? This guy's invited me like 10 times in the last minute. Can't see the comments. Yeah, I'm assuming you caught that long there. That was decent, bro. That's nice. Let me know your thoughts on gold. Do we think we could potentially sell off? I do think we could potentially come into this fair value gap, and then sell off to at least down here, back into this area, if not the Asia low. I do think that's possible, so we'll wait and see if that does happen. Yeah, this GU, to be fair, it's not moving too bad. To be fair, nicely enough, we're seeing the EU sorry, I can't fucking speak. We're seeing the pound get a little bit weaker in the last like 5 minutes against the euro, which is a good sign. Look at GC contracts, bro. No worries, bro. Join Richesse mentorship are now about to pass FTMO phase 1 in just 1 day. Let's go, bro. Let's go. That is absolute levels from you, bro. Let me screenshot that. Well, TikTok knew I screenshotted that. What the hell? 50 mil likes is light work. Yeah, trust me, bro. I know you know Mr. Beast as well, so just tell him. To be fair, you probably don't even get that. Has any video ever got 50 mil likes? Has anything ever got 50 mil likes? I like stuff all the time though. I'm one of them. If I see a YouTube video I like, I rate it. I'll like it. It's more just to like so I saved away, you know what I mean? So you can watch it again if you need. But yeah, look at that, chat. Join Richesse membership and just about to pass FTMO phase 1 in just 1 day. Let's go, bro. And before the New York session, this is what I'm saying. Before the New York session, bro. Music vids. Oh, yeah, maybe music vid. Yeah, probably like... Oh, yeah, we looked at one the other day. Taylor Swift, I think, had like 500 million likes or something mad. Use that for trading gold. It's how I predict it. Wait, what is it? Oh, I didn't see your original comment, bro. Mr. Positive. What are you saying on the news about Trump snatching Venezuela? Yeah, what are we saying about that, chat? By the way, if you hear me talking to 2 chats, I'm live on YouTube as well. We've got about 100 man in there. So if you want to watch on YouTube, boys, it's linked on my profile, Richesse Effects on YouTube. But yeah, chat, what are we saying on the Venezuela thing? I think it's based, but it's one of them, like... I mean, I'm not going to lie. I rate it, innit? I'll be honest, I rate it. It's a bit 50-50 because I mean it is illegal, but it's like okay, I'm gonna have to word this really well because I'm on TikTok, but it's like them guys that unalive nonces. Do you know what I mean? It's illegal, but like everyone rates it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. Like, was it illegal to invade Venezuela? Yes, but are we rating it? Low key, yes. But in terms of the markets, it's not going to have a massive impact on the markets. So don't believe all the hype you see, boys. What are we saying on GJ? Is GJ closed above on the 15? This is why it's important to wait for that 15. You can see the 5 minute would have inverted nicely. But if you go on the slightly higher time frame, you see the 15 minute. Yeah, chat, what are we saying on the Venezuela thing? It's one of them, like... You got to look at it as well, right? America, the biggest... I keep saying like, I need to stop saying that. But the American taxpayers, majority of their money goes to the military. So you may as well fucking use it. Do you know what I mean? Despacito, highest likes video on YouTube. To be fair, Despacito's an absolute tune. Did you call that short on EU? Yeah, bro. Called that in the pre-London again. As you saw that comment, man, we had a lot of people catch that trade. Venezuelan people are happy about it. Yeah, that's the thing as well. I'm not gonna act like an expert on fucking Venezuelan politics. Do you know what I mean? But people do look happy about it. Okay, my cleaners are here. Bro, I had a hard Nike Tech on. Yeah, you gotta rate that. You gotta rate the fact they put him in a Nike Tech. I suppose what I rate about is the fact where they did it so efficiently. They literally went in, banged him in a Nike Tech, and put him in a helicopter and fucked off. There was no it wasn't like Iraq or Afghanistan where they're there for years and years and years and they're innocent people unalived. You know what I mean? It was just quick and efficient. Like, you got to rate that. I think they had inside help, definitely, bro. Definitely had inside help. I mean, America probably contacted like all the military officials, like, because they know, at the end of the day, they know they were cooked. Like, you ain't beating America. Like, he was probably saying to them boys, like, this is the plan. If we've heard America are trying to come in, like, this is the plan. Da 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 da. These bros probably thought, bro, fuck that. Oh, I ain't dying. And it's like, do you want to end up like the Iranians? You know, where they just like you're walking home from work or something and a fucking drone just smashes into you. They're probably thinking, bro, I don't want to end up like that. I'm just gonna call up America, be like, listen, he's over there or something, or listen, I'll stand down. Just give me like 50 racks and I'll be sweet. Yeah, that's definitely what happened. And plus, it's one of them. Even Maduro probably realised there's no point shooting down. He probably didn't even give the orders to shoot down the helicopter. Like, there's just Defo planned it with him was way too easy. Who planned it? Maduro. It's probably told him and his family were, yeah, it's true, Big Mills. It's one of them, like, you sort of got no choice. If America's saying, yo, I want this, you haven't really got a choice to say no. Hopefully this FVG holds. Yeah, trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Who's in any other trades? Let me know any other pairs you man are looking at right now. But yeah, hopefully this fair value gap holds. It's not the greatest fair value gap in the world, but it's definitely going to give us some decent context. I mean, you'd probably have your stop loss at break even at this point. I reckon Maduro went to the Epstein Island too. Bro, that would have been a crazy link up. Do you reckon Maduro would have been the first guy to bring packet to Epstein Island? First guy to rack one up on Epstein Island. He definitely was if he went there. I can't imagine their tech is advanced as America. Right, it's the thing with South America, like, that continent needs some serious help, bro. Continent needs some serious help. Like, pretty much every country there is just, like, finished. And it's not even like they were, like, I mean, they were sort of was colonized, but they can't even play that card. Like, their economy is just based off gear. That is literally it. What about UJ longs? Yeah, I was looking at UJ shorts earlier from this level. I wouldn't really be looking at UJ anymore, bro, to be honest. There may be decent longs. There may be decent longs there, but there's just not really much we can gauge from price right now. Wait, let me turn that on. There's not really too much we can gauge from price. Let's go on the 4 hour. We are seeing rejections away from this. Again, I would have preferred us to come into that order block. Longs look all right, but just not great. Right now, I just see us as consolidating. So I really just want to leave it, to be fair. Main reason being, as you can see, the yen basket's moving higher, but also the DXY is moving higher. So when they're both moving higher, the yen basket and DXY, we're just going to get sideways price action. That's why something like GJ will be a lot nicer, or maybe not GJ, but EJ will be a lot nicer, because we know the Euro's bearish and the yen basket's strong. So there's going to be good opportunities for shorts, for example. But yeah, you can see the DXY is still keeping strong. It's still keeping strong. I mean, that was a pretty peak couple of 5-minute candles. I don't know how GU's looking at that point. Yeah, to be fair, the pound's getting a little bit weaker, which is nice. The Euro's getting a bit of strength off of it. Hopefully some of you man managed to get into that. EU longs look good. DXY lines. What are you waiting for as confirmation, Wicker man? GU longs once Asia low has been swept. It looks like it's kind of struggling to sweep it now. I'm not gonna lie. It does look like it's low key struggling. GU is bullish. Is it bullish? I'm not bullish on GU, no. I'm bearish on GU. This is GU right here, bro. Are you going to wait for lower or higher for EU? Are you going to wait for low or high on EU to sell once 1 hour market structure shift? I mean, we've already got the lower low. We've already got the market structure shift. We've already got the lower low. So if we're talking about highs and lows, in terms of the retracement, you can see we've got high, low, high, and then we've just made that new low there, so we've just broken out of that low. So we do have a lower low, which is here. I do think the most likely thing is we do continue down. But I'm not sure if that's the move right now. I'm not sure if it's going to happen in this session right now. If the DXY starts rejecting just a little bit, then the pound should be all good. Not a million miles away at all think we're 6 pips. Oh, okay, yeah, 8 pips, 7, 8 pips. Thank God it wasn't 6 or 7. Hopefully that joke has well and truly been finished. I would have. Wow, okay. Apparently the joke is not dead at all. Now, sweep the low with this 4-hour open 100%. GU longs on trades, low swept. GU going to be relying on the day to TP. Do you not like the look of daily CRT on EU? Let's have a look at the daily CRT on EU. I mean, yes, I do like the look of that, but it's just where are we going to react to? Is it enough to just sweep the Asia low and then move higher? Or are we more likely to actually fill one of these fair value gaps? That's kind of what I'm seeing right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. That daily CRT is nice, but when we actually break price down a little bit more, you can see it kind of just looks like a trending market to the downside. So I would be a little bit cautious on EU buys, and I wouldn't base it entirely off of just that CRT. Not saying you are, but see, we're tapping into that fair value gap now, so we do want to be breaking this external low, which again is going to be pretty difficult. We may even be break even. I'm assuming the DXY, okay, yeah. I'm saying if the DXY wants to go for like a 15-minute proper bearish candle, then GU is just going to be cooked. It just is what it is. But we'll see if we can manage to get down to that low. We had a really nice, that entry was really nice where we just zoomed through anyway. GU been rejecting this low like 6-7 times now. Yeah, no, it has. Yeah, it's mental. Go back to GU. No worries, bro. What are you looking at on GU, bro? Vaping this early is crazy work. Bro. I used to smoke snout like hours before this. When I was working my 9 to 5, bro, the first thing I'd do when I leave my yard would be smoke snout. And that would be at like 7 AM. Sometimes earlier, sometimes like half 6. The breakfast of kings, mate, is nicotine. The world was built on nicotine, boys. Well, that's not really true, but it helped. It helped. Okay, we filled that fair value gap. We actually rejected that pretty nicely. I'm assuming the DXY, yeah. Again, it's this 15-minute candle. It depends how it's gonna close. If it wants to close bearish like this, it's gonna be difficult. If it wants to just continue bullish, then GU will be alright. It's kind of nice the way we filled that fair value gap though. On the 15-minute, you can see it. It's looking kind of promising. We are getting a bit of rejection, but nothing major right now. Okay, we want this external low to be swept, but price is rejecting it. What time frame? Well, this is the 5-minute. It does say in the middle there. Yeah, so we can see we didn't get that nice move we wanted on GJ. So we just filled that imbalance and then moved lower. EJ moving lower as well. What about UJ? UJ, again, UJ does look nice for sells, but it's just one of them. It's difficult to actually find an entry point where we're just consolidating so much. But yeah, let me know if you man are looking at any other pairs. What's gold saying? Yes, we can see gold has traded back into this zone. Didn't really give us an entry though. I mean, you could have entered just after this or after this candle, as soon as the fair value gap's formed. But I'd always prefer price to trade back into it and then go down. So we didn't get this part, but we did get the overall move. So not too bad on gold. With the way this 4 hour is opening, Asia low will have 167% chance of a sweep. Fucking hell. How badly do you want to make a 6-7 joke? what session indicator to use. It's our own one, bro, that we made for our members. It's called Sessions, Ranges and Equilibriums by Richesse. It's one we've made though, so you can't find it on the store. But just join the Discord, boys, and we'll send it over to you for free. What's the chat saying? Chat's moving slow on YouTube, boys. We've got 100 man in here, but no one's talking. Let me know if you man are in any trades. If you're looking at trades, let me know. Why are you watching the live? What are you doing? Are you trading? Are you just here to learn? Are you what? What's going on? Okay, so I asked for people to talk, and I just get 6-7 spammed in my chat. I see grown adults doing the joke in the pubs. I'm not going to lie, that sounds like you've never been to a pub before. I've never gone to a pub and heard a 6-7 joke. PSYOP. What's a PSYOP? What's 6-7? Like, you know, I asked my YouTube chat to start talking, and it's like the ramblings of a madman. I get 6-7 spammed about 1 million times. I'm here to goon to 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, and then PSYOP. EK, our Prime Minister, did it. Game's gone. Did he? I mean, he's an absolute joke, though, and EK is dumb. A 9% drawdown in one of my 50k vows. Should I full port? I mean, when you say full port, you can. That's literally 1% risk. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to have to full port, bro. If it goes, it goes. It's one of them, man. Just wait for an actual decent trade, M4. And then, yeah, just take that with 1% risk. There's no point risking, like, 0.25% trying to climb your way out of drawdown. Because then you're going to need like 30R to actually pass the account. You're better off just going straight in, risking 1%. If you win, you're in a much better spot. If you lose, like you lose the account and you start again. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. You've got to think, all of us in here have pretty much all blown accounts. I've blown accounts, do you know what I mean? It's a normal thing to do. What do you think about UJ? UJ, I'm liking the look of sells Azzy, but where the dollar's strong and the M basket are both strong, we're just getting consolidation right now. Like you can see, it seems like every time it seems like we're going to go for shorts, we're just getting price return back in, return back in. Every time it looks like we're going for longs, we're just returning back in. It's just because we're moving so sideways. So be one of them. I wouldn't really be looking to take anything on UJ personally. Alright, nice. We just broke that low. Nice. So there would have actually been nice re-entries off that fair value gap in the end. Getting a lot of nice re-entries, chat. I'm not going to lie. This is a decent little day. Decent day for GU and EU, man. Really nice GU and EU so far today, boys. Get some dubs in the chat. What volume would you recommend? I'd recommend, if you want an indicator for it, I'd recommend this one, bro. Session volume profile. It's probably the best one. It's going to show you the volume for each day. I'm thinking EU longs if DXY. Yeah, a lot of people looking at EU longs. GU about to sweep Asia low. Nice, bro. 6-7 man watching. Nah, there's more than 6-7 man. 8-7 man. Nah, there's more than that. There's like 9-7 man. Come on, that's a new one we've just made. Are you going to do a vid on point of control? Yeah, bro. Yeah, I did answer that earlier. Yeah, I'm going to do a vid on the volume profile for my YouTube and for the mentorship students. The mentorship will go a little bit more in depth in it, and we'll have a look at some other setups, but I'll still bang one on YouTube as well. I'm trading Nasdaq short. Fair play. Trolling you, bro. Love you, Lou. It's calm, bro. My bad. Dow Jones short. Wow. Bro don't even know what he's trading. He said NQ short, and then nah, my bad. My bad. I actually mean Dow Jones. Let's have a look. Yeah, the price action on this is very, very similar to GU, weirdly enough. I wouldn't really be looking to touch it, bro, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I don't know how people swear by these type of pairs, but for me, it's just no consistency with the structure. Like, I know it is just forever going to be bullish, so it is easy to just look for buys, but it's one of them, like, it's really not the best. It's really not the best structure, but people swear by it. I mean, yes, I mean, I don't even know, bro. I wouldn't even be looking for anything, to be fair. I mean, just in terms of what we're seeing, we've come off this fair value gap, took the external high within one candle. So now, yeah, we probably are going to retrace, but you don't want to be getting in sells when the market's this fucking strong. Who trades Dow Jones? Back in the day, loads of people used to trade Dow Jones. Trust me, like Dow Jones was the move before people started realising about NQ. But then with this price action as well, where it's just moving like this, yeah, it's just kind of one of them. It's not great to trade at all, in my opinion. Let's go. That GU is very close to the Asia low right now. Very close to the Asia low. At one point, the Discord had 6767, man. Right, we're literally 1 pip away, chat. 1 pip away. 1 pip away on GU. That was a lovely re-entry there. That was a lovely re-entry. Come on, son. Tap through. This is TP. Okay, let's actually put on a better tune for this. I know you, man, are sort of 50-50 on this backing track right now. So let's get a proper tune on. What's a good song? Someone give me a good tune. YouTube's giving me absolute terrible tune selections. They're all like AI songs and stuff on like backing tracks. Can I have an actual song? Boom, TP hit, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, this is the best one I've seen, believe it or not, even though this is not the best tune. Let's go, TP smash, let's go. Where are you from, bro? I'm from Essex, bro. Let's go, man. US 30 buns, shit just goes up. No, yeah, that's what I think, bro. That's why I don't really like it. Let's go, though, man. What a re-entry that was. What a re-entry that was there. Straight in. Taps into that order block, and then absolutely lovely stuff, man. Lovely, lovely stuff. Lovely, man. That was, what, 2.5R? So decent RR on that as well. Not the best, but still very decent. Let's go, though, chat. That's what I'm saying, boys. We're bringing the quality, man. In 2026, Richesse is just absolutely taking over. You can't compete with these trades, boys. TP smashed past 50k phase 1 in 1 day thanks to Richesse. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Big up, Elmi. If anyone does want to get in a mentorship, boys, start learning exactly how we cook the London session, how we know what's going to happen pretty much every London session, how we know that price is just going to be magnetised lower. And then get in the Discord, boys, or go over to my YouTube, watch some videos for free. Or just get in the Discord, man. Join the mentorship, £40 a month. You can see, you can't be faking this, boys. It's live, all fully on live. You know what I mean? What's up, what's up? Joining from Texas. What you saying, bro? What's your thoughts on the Venezuela thing as an actual American? Or are you just on holiday in America? And what's the volume indicator you're using? It's called, it's this one here. Session volume profile. Possible sell on gold. We was looking at a sell on gold. I don't know if it's a little bit late for that now. I would want a nice retracement. That's the main thing I want. I want price to actually come up, feel this imbalance a little bit, and then move down. But yeah, there's just not really much going on right now for us to actually get in. If you're selling there, the RR is probably just going to be not as good. You're going to have to go for like a 1-to-1, which ain't ideal. Yeah, UJ again, just chopping up and down. Sorry, yen basket. We see the yen basket is overall bullish, though. It is overall bullish. Okay, the TP's been hit, so I'm going to put this backing track back on. Let's go, though, man. Let me know if you're in any other trades, what you're still looking at. But yeah, you can see the ALG this morning absolutely cooked. Absolutely cooked. We've got loads and loads and loads of videos on this exact strategy. Swept the Asia high, trade down into the Asia low. Whether you catch it from the high or you get the re-entry, either way, boys, Richesse comes absolutely through. Every time it's a sell-off, it doesn't give the retracement. Yeah, that's the thing with gold. It doesn't retrace as nicely as EUGU. Let's go, boys. First W of the year. Lovely, bro. Lovely, one and only. One only. Let's go, bro. Appreciate that, Sadiq. Dubs in the chat. Yeah, if you're in any other trades, man, let me know. EU longs. Okay, yeah. A lot of people are looking at EU longs. So, tell me, chat. What are you lot seeing for EU longs? What are you lot seeing for EU longs? What are you lot seeing for EU longs? I do think it's possible. Based on the volume, it's definitely possible. I mean, if you're looking at in terms of this, you can see we've came off of this old area of balance here. So this is currently what price is trading into, and this is what we found as fair. You can see yesterday we traded into this exactly as we wanted. Price instantly rejected it, and then obviously news forced price higher. And then if we look, so now we're trading within this, you see we've got the value area high, value area low, and the point of control. So we can see we've tapped into the point of control, had that nice sell-off, and now we're sort of out of the value area. So price is going to want to ideally find balance again. So I can see why we'd want to trade up higher. Can definitely understand it from that standpoint, but just from a price action standpoint, it's not really looking like the best. It's not looking the best. Just based on the fact we've got this big fair value gap here. I'd want price to fill it a bit more before moving up. But yeah, based on the volume, I can see why you'd want to go long. Do we have any confirmations we can look for? I mean, not massively, really, is there? There's not massively anything we can look for. I mean, the real fair value gap's up here, and you can't really wait for that. Yeah, what we saying? ALG is back. Good to see. Trust me, bro. ALG is always there, man. Always there. I mean, we've filled this fair value gap here, so I suppose what I'm trying to see really is price break this high. If we can break this high, then longs are a real possibility. If we can't break this high, then yeah, there's not really any point of getting in, I'll be honest. So let's just wait for that. Let's just wait for that, chat. Pull back before continuation. Yeah. I mean, we have had a pullback already. Possibly 15-minute order block just above the FEG, then sell. I'm a swing trader and in buys on gold, silver, and GU. Fair play, bro. Gold. Don't know when you got in gold and silver, but yeah, they was unreal. Lovely gold. We've been bullish on gold and silver for ages as well. So nice, man. Nice to see some swing traders agreeing. EU had reaction out of that weekly and daily FEG, has associated SysD, so for me looking for longs out of this 4-hour FEG. The weekly and daily FEG. Yeah, that daily FEG was nice. We just came below. Wait, if we get rid of the indicators. That FEG was nice. We ideally wanted us to trade into the order block, but I mean we pretty much did with filling the fair value gap that heavily. And as you said, we do have that CRT low and the CRT high. So in terms of the technicals, I suppose there is a few good things on the lower time frame. I mean on the higher time frame. But it's just, are we going to move right now? Are we going to move right now, or are we going to want to rebalance that leg? That's the thing. That is the thing right now. That is the thing. I'll just be waiting for confirmation. As I said, if we can break this high, then it's a different story. We are looking very decent, but you can always wait for your confirmations. I mean, we showed it with that GU trade there. Even if you don't get in at the absolute high, there's probably is going to be other entries there. Let's look at the we've got a decent 5-minute fair value gap on GU, to be fair. So if we can close above that, then that will be nice. That will be nice. So we'll wait for that to happen. Let's make this a bit darker as well. And obviously we want EU to break the high as well. The equivalent for, I mean, you can see DXY failed to make a higher high. We did just about sweep the Asia high. If we look at the Asia high there, you can see we did just about sweep that. As I said, we just want to wait for confirmation though. We want to ideally wait for DXY to break this low. Because we've had an inversion. Well, have we? Yeah, we've had an inversion, but we haven't actually confirmed with the order flow yet. We haven't actually confirmed anything. We're sort of just moving sideways. We want it to stop moving sideways and actually break the low. Actually break this low, and then we can look for sells lower. But yeah, I'd still be hesitant. Like, you want to be hesitant with EU buyers. You really do. And GU buyers. Longs will come in New York session. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, it's probably most likely we do get longs in New York session. These are where I entered. Gold 4339. Oh, lovely. Silver 72. Yeah, lovely. GU1345. Yeah, lovely, man. Yeah, you're cooking. Absolutely cooking. Fair play, bro. Fair play. Must have been holding that out for a while as well, Dragon. Well, what's your target for gold? What's your target? I am bullish on GU as well on a higher, like on a monthly perspective, but you can see GU not really willing to invert that. We'll keep our eyes on it though. Keep our eyes on. See what the Discord's saying. Yeah, chat, if you do want to get into the signals or the mentorship, just join the Discord, boys. Drop me a little message. This is me there. You see my name in gold when you join the Discord. Appreciate the gift, bro. Yeah, this is me. You see me when you join the Discord. My name's Louis. So join that up, boys. Join that up. Linked in my profile if you want to get the best analysis about. Wait, what level is Jim Bob looking at? 4-hour EU buyers. Yeah, I don't think that's actually tapped in on Jim Bob's level yet anyway. He said I called it, but I don't know what he said he called. Yeah, we're going to have some bangers in the signals this month, I can already tell. I'm seeing an SMT on the EU, GU waiting for lower time frame to turn bullish, then confirmations, and I'm long. Yeah, that's the main thing, is we do need some decent entry confirmations on EU and GU. Just based on where we're at with price and the momentum on the open, we want a clear reversal. We want a clear reversal of price action. Because we're not really at anywhere significant, to be honest. There's nothing really going on here. So ideally we would want to come down and fill it and then go higher. So if we're going to buy just after sweeping the low, then yeah, we're going to need to see some really good confirmations. And price is going to have to literally change its momentum like that, which is pretty unlikely at like 10-15. So yeah, I'll be careful with EU buyers. I will be very careful. You can see GU just filling that fair value gap and moving lower by the looks of things. Same trade and I'm finally funded. Same trade, bro, and I am finally funded. Last time I was funded was December 2023. Lovely, bro. Took you a whole year. Took you a whole year to get there, man. That is absolute G behaviour, though. I rate that. I do massively rate that. 4-5 is gold TP. I just caught the short to Asia low on GU. Yeah, nice, bro. We caught that as well. GU and EU. I don't know if you traded, but I got a bullish LSM2 with NZD, as NZD USD and AUD USD. Now, I don't really trade those pairs, bro. I'll be real. NZD and AUD. I just think GU and EU is just way easier to trade, especially based on them being European pairs. Like, if you want to trade the London session, you ideally want to trade pairs that are likely to move in the London session. So, like the pound, the euro. It took him 3... Oh, shit, yeah, bro. 3... What year did I think it was? It took him 3 years. Wait, did it? Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, it took you 2 years. Fair play, though, bro. That's dedication right there. Big up to you, Shadow. Would you take the sell on gold off the 15-minute order block or FVG? I'll go off the fair value gap, bro. Yeah, I'd go off the fair value gap, but you got to understand, it doesn't move anywhere near as clean as GU and EU. So we're not going to get like a proper retracement all the way up to that. You can see we do have this low volume area here within that fair value gap. So that's probably like the real gap. That's probably the real gap right there. So if I had to pick an entry point, it would be that, which is basically 50%, right? Yeah, literally bang in line with the equilibrium, 50%. I don't know if you can see that, but there you go. You can see So that'll be really what I'll be looking to enter off of. You can see, because price is cutting through these areas, you can see, tap into it here, reject it straight away, come back into it, move straight through. Basically shows people are willing to participate up here. They're willing to participate down here. But this area here, price just doesn't accept this as fair value. So if we do manage to retrace up to here, it's likely we do get a strong retracement off of it. Show me the setup to that volume indicator, please. What I'll do, I'll drop the settings on my Discord, innit? I'll screenshot my settings and put them in the Discord so anyone can copy it. Which prop firm? I'd recommend going with Alpha Capital Group, bro. If you do want to use my code, use code Richesse at Alpha Capital Group. Use my code Richesse at Alpha Capital Group. It'll get you a nice little 15% discount. Send me a screenshot of you using that code as well. I'll get you in the mentorship or the signals for free for 1 week or 2 weeks, something like that. So you can get off to a lovely little start. I'm FTMR. I know Alpha is goated too. Yeah, bro. Both elite firms. Check Discord. No worries, Elmi. Big up to this. Look, this is Elmi. Yes, bro. Past phase 1. Can't thank you enough. Let's go. Big up, man. That's a 50k account passed as well. 10% on that. Lovely. You can see clean. 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 Big up to Elmi, boys. Only a few days in the mentorship, and that was all it took to push him over the line to become a profitable trader. And, well, not profitable technically yet, but to parties funded account. And, mate, it's only the 6th of Jan, so just think of how many payouts this guy's going to juice on that account over the year. This guy's probably going to juice about at least 20 grand out of that account over the course of a year. And that's just one 50k account. Is volume profile the truth? Yeah, volume profile is the truth, but you've got to use it, like, you've got to have good, like, really good understanding of price action before you can actually start using the volume profile. So it's just a confluence, really. It's another way of looking at the market, but if you're just using volume, you're probably going to get cooked. But yeah, you don't need to know both, but yeah, I would definitely say that volume profile is the truth. Especially if you're using it with ALG and our continuations, the way we trade. No, bro, I trade in only Euro USD with my own model. I only love to watch your live streams. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, Shadow. Yeah, nice, man. I'm assuming you caught the ALG or that sell-off in on the Euro this morning, which is really, really nice. Swept the Asia high, waited for confirmation, and then sold down to the Asia low. Simple as that, boys. Really can be simple. I don't know why my volume profile doesn't show the bars. I mean, have you got the volume at the bottom? That's probably time-based volume. This is price-based volume. So pissed about ALG today. I got into GU, not EU, for much worse RR. You can't. Grass is always going to be greener though. It's one of them. You can always look at it and go, oh, I should have got in this. I should have done this. If you made money on GU off the ALG, there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't know what your RR would have been. I'm assuming it would have been decent if you went off the 5-minute inversion. If you went off the 5-minute inversion, stop loss on the high of about 10 pips, TP on the low. 2.5 R. Like, there's nothing wrong with that at all, bro. That's still nice. Like, if you're getting one of those trades a week, you're hitting 10% a month, which is, like, more than enough. I know EU was like a 6-1, but it just is what it is, bro. It's always going to be something else you could have entered. Yeah, as I said, we're looking for DXY to break this low, and then we'll potentially look for buyers on EU and GU. GU, we want to invert this fair value gap. EU is what I'm more interested in, and I want to see it break this high. Okay, then the sells on EU. I wouldn't right now, bro. It's a bit late for that. Nah, I'm on about the same one as you. Yeah, I don't know why your bars aren't showing, bro. I mean, I've got row sizes 240. And then just tick, make sure these are actually coloured. And yeah, that's it. These are just what your bars are. That's the only settings. Up volume, down volume, value area, up value area, down. And then inputs, make sure that's 240. And it will work. Yeah, we're kind of just waiting right now. We're kind of just waiting on EU, GU. Kind of just waiting on EU, GU right now. Everyone double tap the stream, boys. Share the live as well. Repost the live, whatever you can do. Let's try to get a few more heads in here. Let's try to get a few more heads in here. Longs all come in New York. Yeah, it may be a case of waiting to New York, but then again, the market has been moving pretty high volume. Even during the New York session, it's been moving. The Asia session, we moved pretty heavily. Same during the London session, the initial move. So we really had the initial move. You can see we had the initial move at what 7 a.m. So the initial move at 7. We had the re-entries at 7:30 and 8:15, and then the final the secondary move at 8:45. So I'd say, yeah, this is probably the start of the actual move you could have caught. So it's 7:30 and 8:45 were the two main moves of the day. Let's have a look at that time on GU. 7:30. You can see that 7:30's down there. So that was nice SMT on that, to be fair, on GU for that confirmation. But yeah, you can see on GU the main move 8:15, and this is really the main re-entry point. I know we re-entered down there, but 8:15 and 8:45. So 8:45 was the time for re-entries this morning. If you man wanna go look back, how often do you go live? I go live every day, bro. Every single day, bro. Ideal price action today, honestly. Trust me, bro. Where's your beard gone? Okay, what a surprise. It's the George Floyd Lamine Yamal profile picture. Really gives it away who that is. To catch the last trade, bro, what did you look for? So for GU, basically, we already had the bias based on the ALG that was moving lower. So we had the fact that we swept the Asia high. As soon as we sweep the Asia high, we're ideally looking for sells down to the Asia low. That's the first thing. So swept the Asia high, I want to trade down into the Asia low. After we swept the Asia high, we wait for confirmation. Again, I've got videos on this on YouTube, but for example, we had a 5-minute fair value gap form there, and also a 5-minute inversion fair value gap. So a bullish fair value gap failed, and then a bearish one was printed in its place. We tapped into that and started to run down. When we'd run that far, and also bear in mind, at that point, EU had already taken the Asia low. DXY was nearly taking the Asia low. It was about here. It was just good confirmation that that is the direction we're travelling in, and all DXY's got to do is move up a little bit more to that Asia high, and there's no reason why it shouldn't. So that was basically our bias why we was going lower. And then in terms of the entries, just on a 1 minute and seeing really what's going on. So we had that main move, as we said, that main move down. Price kind of consolidated for a while, and then moved down again. You can see after that move down, we had a nice retracement and then a move again. Filling this 1 minute fair value gap. So you can see the order flow, bearish, and bullish retracement, bearish again. Alright, so that really just confirmed on the 1 minute that we was in fact bearish. And the same way we filled this fair value gap, I was just looking for a POI like that to be filled as well. And you can see we had this 1 minute order block here. So I was a little bit late to the entry, which is why we got in like down there. But yeah, that was basically the entry. 1 minute order block. So you can see we're just filling these 1 minute POIs. So it's just simple, really, just continuing on with that movement we'd already seen. Big ups, 46 man though. Come on, boys. Everyone double tap the screen, man. Everyone double tap the screen. How many subs are we on YouTube as well? The YouTube has been cooking. 13.6k. Nearly got more subscribers than Instagram followers now, I think, which is pretty mad. You can see though, GU just not wanting to invert this. Every time we come into this fair value gap, we just get that rejection. EU as well, we can see we just want it to break this high. That's the main thing. EU's just stalling around. What's your YouTube channel? It's Richesse FX, bro. It's this right here. It should be linked on my profile. I'm live on YouTube as well right now. Reckon New York going to be the bullish move to the high? Yeah, hopefully so. I mean, a lot of people are very, very heavily sure that it's going to the high, or that we're going to be bullish. I'm not so sure as much as other people are, but I do think if it is to happen, then it will be in the New York session. How do you find daily bias every day? I've actually got a video on that on my YouTube channel. I'll explain it here now, but what's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Yeah, this one here. Find daily bias in 30 seconds. That's the one you wanna. That's the one you wanna watch. It literally makes it so fucking easy to find a daily bias. There's a few things, man. Just internal, external is the main thing, and then CRT. So if we go on a fresh EU chart, this one down here. Oh. Let's just get rid of everything on here. Actually, let's just go on a different one. So you want to look at structure. So first of all, the main key to this, on your daily time frame, look at your structure. But what people go wrong is they'll look too far back. So they'll look at levels from here. They'll say, oh, we've broken this, or we've broken this, or we've got an order block here, or something like that. They'll look all the way back here. You don't really want to look here. You want to look at the current range, where we're currently trading. So that's the first mistake not to make, is don't look too far back. Look at the actual current range. Then just look at the highs and lows, very simple. So what's the current high and low? The current low is there, current high is there. Alright, so our range is from here to here. It's obviously a bullish range from here to here. How do we know it's a bullish range? Well, because we most recently broke a high and a high. Right, so that's clearly a bullish range. So essentially from that, we then want to see what is the next stop for price. What is the internal and external liquidity? So obviously the external liquidity is always going to be the same. Your external liquidity is your swing high and your swing low. And what one are we interested in taking? There he is. Morning, Lou. Happy New Year. Appreciate that, Reality. Happy New Year to you as well. Hope you had a good year. So yeah, the next thing is what are we actually coming into? And obviously the high is the idea what we come into, because as we said, we're in a bullish range. So why would we be interested in it going to the low? We wouldn't, right? So we're not interested in it going to the low. We're interested in it going to the high. So first of all, that's our target, right? It's that high there. That's our external target. Now within this range, you've got external liquidity and you've also got internal liquidity. So as we said, external is just the high and low. Very simple. Internal is going to be a fair value gap or order block within this leg. So for example, we have a bullish fair value gap here, which would be your internal liquidity. So your internal liquidity just means something within the actual range that price wants to mitigate before moving higher. Right? Something that price is going to be drawn towards before going higher. So here, for example, now when we draw it out, you can see we've got our external low, our external high, which is our range. See, we've established we're bullish, so that's why we're looking for the high to be swept and not the low. So that's our target, is the high. And then within that range, we've broken down what is price likely to react off. Where is our internal liquidity? And as I said, when you're on the daily time frame, it makes it a lot easier because there's only a few candles. You've only got like, I mean, it's not going to be here for a start. If you want to like make it even easier, you can draw on your 50%, and you only want to look for points of interest within the bottom 50%, because all of this is really just inducement. And therefore you can see within the bottom 50%, which is this black line here, there's literally how many candles? 1, 2 candles in that range. So it makes it so easy. And of them 2 candles, you either got your fair value gap or you got your order block there. So it makes it so simple. That's why that video is called How to Find It in 30 Seconds. Because once you know how to do it, you'll find it in 30 seconds. And the other thing is CRT. So once we've established that's where we want to go, we're looking for time-based confirmation. So this is all currently just based on price, what we're seeing on price. Next, we want to see time. So the evidence that price is actually rejecting off of this area on a time-based level. And you can see, so we tapped into this price yesterday. If we look at yesterday's price action, we rallied down and then we ran up after doing so, right? And the fact that we closed back within the old candle range tells us time-wise that this was manipulation. So got the CRT low. CRT low is just a prior candle. So you can see we've got that prior candle there. And obviously if you think about it, if we was to be bearish, then price is obviously going to want to close below that point. So if price, for example, closed below like that, If price closed below, it will confirm to us we're probably going to head lower. But if you want it to go higher, then what do you want to see? You want to see price manipulate lower, so go lower, but they're not able to close there, right? And then end up closing back within this range, which is what you want to see. So if we attempt to move lower and close back within this range, then you're looking for price to go even higher. So if you get rid of that, you can see that's exactly really what the next candle did. We pushed down to the low, filled our fair value gap, and then started to move higher. And remember, chat, remember, with your candle, you got 4 points. You got 4 main points in your candle, right? You got your open, your close, your candle high, your wick high, and your wick low. Now, if we use it for this one, it makes it really easy to see. So the open and close, this tells you who won and who lost the area. So obviously within this, so we opened there, closed there, so the bears won, right? Very, very simple. But what a lot of other people don't really take into consideration is where this showed you who won, the body showed you who won, the wicks show you who tried, right? The wicks showed you who tried. So for example here, with this big wick here, we see the bears won. The wick showed you who tried. So you can see up here, we tried to push higher, but couldn't. Okay, same way down here. The body shows you who won. So you can see we pretty much closed neutral for the day. But the wicks showed you who tried and failed. Then you can see the bears had a massive push to the downside, but failed to actually win that level. Right, and you can see that by that massive wick. So that's another massive thing to be considering. And that's just your time-based confirmation. You also do kind of want a volume-based confirmation. So I mean, something you can do, for example, is do from the low to the high. It's going to probably take ages to load just because we are on the daily time frame. Or is it just because it's forex.com? This is not my main chart setup. But yeah, so now you've basically got your general daily bias. So you're essentially looking for the overall distribution move to go higher, right? And that doesn't just give you confidence for the New York session, because as you man know, we call EU short. So you're probably thinking, well, why the fuck did you sell if you just give me all this bullshit about how you knew price was going to be bullish? Well, the reason is why we sold. Again, it's down to time, understanding that each session has its own objective, right? So for example, well, this is basically general. I'll give you a general overview, right? So the Asia session is going to move sideways. It's not going to do much, right? It's just going to accumulate up, down, up, down. It may move up a bit, but it's not going to be like a crazy, crazy move. It's going to move like that. The London session will then manipulate. Okay, so the London session will then manipulate, right? So go like the opposite way, and then so it's going to sweep the Asia high, sweep the Asia low. It's going to induce people. It's going to do all of that, but it won't really have the main move. You're not going to get again a 100 pip move. When's that going to happen? Yep, you're probably thinking it already. The New York session. The New York session is going to have the main distribution. So if you're looking at the daily bias being bullish, and then we can establish, cool, when is that main bullish move most likely to happen? Yes, you're right. It's the New York session. So if the New York session is going to have a bullish move and the London session manipulates, then what is London session most likely to do? It's going to manipulate the highs and trade down. And then when the New York session comes in, that's when we have the big buy. So that's how you can start using different things into it. Obviously, that's just kind of a brief overview, but that's why time is so important to look at price and time. And then obviously, if you're looking at volume as well, then that's going to massively help. Let's go back down onto the 5 minute and see if we're actually getting these levels starting to move. Who are United getting as their new manager as well? Do you reckon they'll have Fletcher until just the end of the the end of the season? Don't know why they sacked him. It was so dumb, I think, anyway. Can you also explain inducement? Yeah, no worries. I can explain inducement as well if you man want. Just give me 2 secs and I'll explain that. What you trade? This is just trading view, bro. MACD showing it's finna go down soon, and I hear it. I can't lie. I don't really use the MACD, bro. It's not something I use. But yeah, let me know what it's telling you, bro. Appreciate you, man, liking the live up. But yeah, that's how I find daily bias. Again, if you want to see that a bit more, go on my find daily bias in 30 seconds, and that breaks down, obviously, a bit more into it. And obviously, if you want to know about CRT, if you heard me talking about CRT, then I've got a video on CRT. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You man will find it. Just type up Richesse CRT. Where is it, bruv? Best London build trading plan in 10 minutes. London session strategy. 8-minute strategy. Okay, this one here. What is CRT? Find daily bias in 3 candles. So yeah, watch that as well. And you're gonna be locked in, chat. You're gonna be locked in. Longs on EU based on the 4-hour time frame. Oh yeah, EU. Yeah, so EU's one of them. It's not ideal for longs right now because we would rather them come through a little bit later. But it is looking nice. I mean, we've had that initial manipulation move from London as well, especially where we've moved away. If you look at this, the main thing I'm seeing, I'll be honest, because if we're looking at it in terms of price action, then it's bearish, right? In terms of if we're just looking at the 4-hour, obviously we've just gone over the daily, so we know to a degree we are bullish on the daily. But if we're looking at the 4-hour and the daily to align, or the 4-hour and the daily and the 1-hour, let's say, you can see that's not really the case right now because the hourly is still looking bearish. Reason being is we're still in this downtrend technically. We filled the imbalance, and then we've made an order block here. Price has come back into that, so therefore we should sell off, and not just sell off. We should sell off to that low in line with the trend because as I said. Breaking lows, got our order block here, should tap in and then move down to the low. That is what should happen. Obviously, going off the daily, we know that that's not what we actually really want to happen, given obviously everything I've just talked about. But what we would at least want to see is price to fill these fair value gaps. We've got an hourly fair value gap like that, so I ideally would want to see price fill that before going higher. That is what I'd ideally see. That's the only thing that's sort of turning me off of getting into buys right now. But a few positives that we have seen is the fact we've swept this low. We've swept the Asia low, which is obviously the equivalent of a nice 4-hour candle. Pretty big 4-hour candle. So we have taken a good bit of liquidity. So if we do get good enough confirmations, then yeah, I would be willing to buy up higher. Also, if we're looking at the volume, as we said, we've got 3 main points where price is going to want to trade into. Let me go on the daily for the order. We're going the daily for this. Actually, we're going the 8-hour. There's 3 main points that price is going to want to trade into, right? It's going to be comfortable trading within. So first of all, this one down here, it's got very high volume. This one up here has got very high volume, and this one up here has got very high volume. So these are the 3 points. These are the 3 points that price is going to want to be trading within. All right, now if we look what happened yesterday, obviously, as we said, this was the fill of that fair value gap, if you can just remember on the daily time frame. That was the fill of that fair value gap. And obviously, as we said, we had the rally down where the bears really pushed, but we closed back within the range, and the bulls ended up winning that battle. So what we can see there, also if we look at the volume, is price try to trade into this area to find balance there. Essentially, why we want to trade into these areas of higher volume, chat, is just because price finds it as balance, right, where they can transact. So we got balanced areas and unbalanced areas. You can call it fair value or unfair value. Areas of fair value means institutions are willing to participate in this area. All right, they see it as fair price where they can do activity basically. And we obviously, as I said, we had that there, and there. So yesterday we tried to trade into that, and we actually did catch sells into that yesterday on live. And as we said, we had that rejection. So now you can see we rejected these lower prices, and we're always going to be trading with it like into these zones ideally. So we rejected these lower prices. So what are we actually trading within now? What is price looking to trade into now? This next level here. This is the next level where price sees this as fair value. There's a lot of volume here. You can see we've had consolidation here before, which tells us the market makers or the big players see this as fair value. They're happy transacting here, which means every time we tend to break out, price is going to push it back in. That's why if you look at this zone like just as a zone, you can see when we break out of the high, we typically push back in. Break out the high, push back in. Break out the low, push back in. And even here yesterday, break out the low, we push back in. Which tells us the market sees this area here as the most fair value, the best area to trade in, the most likely area the price is going to remain. And what have we just done? We've just broken out of the value area low. So basically the value area, just a brief overview. If we're looking at this area and trying to analyze the volume, this is essentially this value area high and low. This is where 70% of the volume was transacted. All right, so it's essentially the main zone that price is going to want to trade into. Right, that's all you really got to know it as. And you can see we bounced off the point of control. This orange line's the max volume, and then this is obviously just the region. Look at the point of control as the overall specific point that has the most volume, and then the value area high and low as the overall area, so the overall zone. So obviously your point of control is going to be within your value area. But anyway, we tapped into the max volume and we've had a little bit of a rejection. And that rejection has sent us outside of the value area. Now, as we said earlier, whenever we tend to leave this value area, what do? We tend to be pushed back in, because price is obviously seeing it as the most fair value point. So that's another reason why right now we could potentially see buys, because we've just been pushed outside of that fair value region. We've already rejected this lower region. So what is the need really to trade lower? Because price has already rejected this region, as we said in the previous analysis. So that's another reason, as I said, why we could potentially see buyers back up. Because right now we're out of fair value, and we know, we've seen evidence that price likes this area and can see it as valid to do business in. So yeah. Obviously, we're still waiting for our confirmations because we need the lower time frame to line up. And at the end of the day, chat, all that analysis could be wrong and we could still move down. So we were just waiting for confirmations. Off topic, but he kind of looks like a young Harry Styles. I've never been called that other than by girls, which is actually kind of good. Girls are way nicer with their comparisons. Like when I'm on live with you, man, my YouTube comms like, oh yeah, you look like Ollie Matthews. You look like, who's that guy in my profile picture, bruv, from Star Wars. Apparently I look like that brer from Star Wars. But girls normally say, well, not normally say, but I've heard Harry Styles before. And a girl, believe it or not, has never said I look like Ollie Matthews. For some reason I get it every day on live. Let me read my comments real quick. Everyone drop a follow as well, boys, if this is making sense to you. Everyone drop a follow. Session indicator, please. This indicator is called sessions range. No, sorry. This is called session volume profile. And then, yeah, if you're wondering how I drew like this overall bigger one, I just drew this manually. This is just a tool in TradingView. You may can't really see. Wait, actually. Yeah, this is just a tool in TradingView. Oh shit, scared the light. Can you wait? Is that alright or? Yeah, like 5-10 minutes. Yeah, that's fine, Louis. Alright, perfect. Cheers. So that was my cleaner, bruv. Scared the life out of me. Luke Skywalker, that's it. Don't know why it scared the life out of me. I blatantly heard him earlier. But yeah. I'll give it 10 more minutes, chat, and then obviously we'll give us a look at inducement, want your take on it. So yeah, inducement's pretty simple, right? So inducement, for example, if we look at Euro USD on that other chart we was just looking at. So as we said, if we get rid of all this, or at least if we get rid of that, and we rewind it a little bit, inducement is basically, it's pretty simple. So you obviously want to be buying in discount areas, right? It's pretty simple. We've got a low, high, this is our 50%. If you want to sell something, you want to sell it at a premium. If you want to buy something, you want to buy it at a discount, right? So that's just basic economics. Everyone knows that. Not even economics, just everyone knows that. Everyone buys at discounts, sells at premiums. Right, so all inducement is a level that would look appealing, potentially, but you don't really fully understand the market, or you're too eager to jump in, or whatever it may be. Just an area that looks nice, but you know that it's not going to be the region. You know it's actually going to be lower. So for example here, right, someone who's too emotional of a trader, they don't want to look at the bigger picture. They're just going to look at this and they're going to say, cool, we've got a fair value gap here. So within this range, from this low to this high, this is going to be my POI. This is where I'm going to buy off of. Right? So say they bought there like that. This is where they're going to buy off of. But we know, well, why are you going to buy here if it's not even a premium point? Sorry, if it's not even a discount point. We know when we draw on this, and we actually look at the range as a whole from the low to the high, we know the way more likely point is here. Right? Because, as we said, we're at a discount, or whatever it may be. But the emotional trader is going to see this area and think, yeah, cool, let's get in. And they're going to get cooked, which is just going to be more liquidity to go higher. So obviously, remember, in order for the market to go long, you need people to go short. Right, vice versa. In order for the market to go short, you need people to go long. So basically, you need people to lose in order for you to win. So if the market's going to go higher, we need liquidity for that. And people here, it's just a form of liquidity. Inducement are just the people that get stop lossed. So they're the losers that are then the liquidity for the market to go higher. Essentially. Is GU inverted this 5 minute yet or what? Or are we still just pissing about? To be fair, GU did invert it, but not really cleanly, to be fair. Not really cleanly at all. Same with this. Again, as DXY... Yeah, that's the main thing we're waiting for, chat, is DXY to break the low. We are seeing kind of consolidation right now as well. There is a big wick, so quadrant 0.25 to 5 we can see long, I think. What do you mean? Oh, quadrant. Yeah, I'm assuming you mean on the, just in terms of the fib. Fair play. London pretty much just accumulated yesterday like today, then manipulation distributed to the high. It didn't really accumulate yesterday. We did distribute. We did have a decent move in the end. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, Monday definitely accumulated more than today. But there was a decent move. And like price was kind of trending, so we sort of knew what was going on. Yeah, if you want to, all my YouTube streams, by the way, chat, get put on YouTube. They get re-uploaded. So if you want to see me catch that London, this is the trade you can see. Obviously, way before it happened. That was that EU sell there. So if you do want to see how I still managed to catch a decent trade, then yeah, go watch that on my YouTube. But yeah, no, I do agree with you. Is that a valid breaker structure? What one, bro? What one? I just got here. What's your bias for DXY? So we basically do want the DXY to move lower eventually, but it's just probably not going to happen right now. So you want the DXY to eventually move lower, but just not right this second. It's basically what we're seeing. We're not sure if we want to push a little bit higher or what we want to do, but we do want to sell the DXY eventually. Yeah. Because we've had our manipulation move for the DXY. Obviously, London, obviously, as we said, manipulates majority of the time, which has happened now. So, waiting for SMT. Fair play, Javon. What about gold? Yeah, gold is one of them. I don't really like trading it too much, to be honest. As I said, when we was up here, when we swept the Asia high, it was kind of wanted price to trade down into here, which it has done now. It's traded back into this, as you can see, area of high volume. As I said, price is just magnetised to these areas of high volume, especially if you've got your confluence like the Asia high being swept as an actual catalyst for the move. It's banging, but we've reached that now, and then we didn't actually get an entry. We didn't actually get a retracement or anything like that. We didn't get like a pullback, or at this point we didn't get a move that we could actually catch. So yeah, gold's a bit of a tricky one right now. Gold's a bit of a tricky one. The move that we wanted was this move here. And it happened without tapping us into an entry. So yeah, decent analysis, but in terms of actually catching a trade, I'm not sure it's the best right now. Friday 50% buys in New York session will be optimal. Yeah, bro. That will be. If we come down that low, then yeah, that would be really nice, Tom. That would be really nice, Tom. Is that a valid breaker structure on EU? No, I wouldn't say we got a valid breaker structure on EU. We've got a breaker structure at this high here. If we break this high, then this is a valid breaker structure. But right now, we haven't got anything. If you're going on the 1 minute, I would say be careful about looking at breaker structures and stuff on the 1 minute, especially when we're moving sideways like this. You can see right now, we're accumulating, right? We're moving sideways. Right, you can see that. We're moving sideways. So, more than likely, these changes or these breaker structures you're seeing are kind of invalid. So that's when you want to zoom out onto the 5 minute or the 15 minute and mark out a level that takes actual leg work to break. Because these 1 minutes, as you can see, we're breaking lows and then highs and then highs and then lows. We're breaking everything. There's not really much you can gauge. You need to zoom out a little bit and then look at the 5 minute. But yeah, that's what I'd say. What are you saying, Fuel Up? How you doing, bro? I would wait for New York time and ain't good right now. Yeah, no, that's true. I need to jump off anyway because my cleaners need to clean my room. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 videos today. I'm going to do one for YouTube, one for the mentorship members. And we're going to break down... we're going to break down the volume profile a bit more. We're going to break down the volume profile a little bit more. But yeah, boys, appreciate all you man tuning in today. Hopefully you man found this live helpful. So yeah, we did have a really nice EU sales and GU sales during the pre-London in the private Discord. Well, not the private Discord, but within the members. What time do you go live? 8 AM, bro. I go live 8 AM till about 11, 8 to 11 shift, and then back on at about 1 PM. Mates will be on. But yeah, get in the Discord chat. That's what I'll say. Everyone get in the Discord. It's a free Discord. It's a really big community over there. We all trade similar ways. So if you're trying to learn, you're trying to lock in, the best place. So all massively helpful over there. But yeah, we caught this nice GU one on live. As I said, EU and GU initial shorts were caught in the mentorship with the stream we do with the mentorship students every morning at 6 AM to 8 AM. And then obviously I jumped on live at 8 AM. And we caught this nice sell on live. So yeah, pretty decent day, boys. Pretty decent day overall. So I appreciate all you man tuning in. As I said, I've got to go real quick to let the cleaners do their thing. And yeah, boys, appreciate you man watching. Big up to everyone. By the way, bro, if you're really based, you know about this. You know about the Zara aftershaves, bro. Listen, if you're someone like me, when you buy a nice aftershave like Prada or something, that's the one I normally wear. You use it way too quick. Trust me, boys. Go Zara, buy like 3 of them little ones. They smell banging. They're like 25 quid each. So you can just spray yourself up loads when you're like sitting at home. You ain't got to waste your nice one. You know what I mean? Little off-market tip there as well. Come on. But yeah, appreciate all you man tuning in. Thanks for all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes. Make sure you get in the Discord, boys. Sub to the YouTube, get in the Discord so you get notified when I drop that video, when I drop those videos later, man. If you do want to get in the mentorship where I teach these exact strategies and all the concepts involved in it, then just get in the Discord and drop me a message, boys. My name on Discord's Louis. You'll see me there. My name will be in gold. There'll probably be fake accounts of me messaging you, so be careful. I'm just going to drop yo in the chat like this so you know it's me. Just put yo in the chat. So if you want to message me, just click on my name like that and just send me a message. But yeah, boys, appreciate all you man tuning in. Big up to everyone. As I said, mentorship's only £40 a month, so it's cheap as anything to learn all about how we trade. And as I said, we're live every single day from 6 to 8 with our members, including obviously all the videos and teaching you the strategies and the concepts that we use and how we view the market. But yeah, big up to you, man, and I'll catch you in the next live, people. Everyone, by the way, go on my page and just spam up my videos if you rated the live. I'd mad appreciate that. But cheers, boys and girls. Big up. Sweet. Thank you for all you do. No worries, Michael. Big up to you, man. Appreciate you. Alright, yeah, sweet, boy. I'm going to have to jump off pretty quick as well. These lives on TikTok are low-key running back up, though. They're running back up decently. Oud Vibrant Leather is good from Zara. I think that this might be that. It smells like that. But yeah, no, you're based as well, Nick. If you know, you know. But yeah, boys, as I said, mentorship, there's going to be a video on volume today. And there's also going to be a video on YouTube on volume today, and there's also later in the week going to be a video on market structure if you're a bit more of a beginner, so that will probably help you out. But yeah, boys, appreciate all you man tuning in. Best com in the game. As I said, you want to get in anything, just drop me a message. I've just said yo, so just drop me a message me mentorship or signals, whatever you want to get in. As you can see, we're cooking every day. Cooked today on EU, cooked today on GU, cooked yesterday on EU. So let's go, chat. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you in the next one, boys. Sweet.